this has been really highlighted, especially by people who actually, they're going online and they're purchasing dermal fillers. And this is potentially because in the UK there's a huge number of dermal fillers which are available, and that's because there's not tight enough regulation about what can and can't pass the specific tests that it needs to undergo. And so that's why there's a huge number of fillers that are on the market, which both practitioners can purchase and also just lay people can purchase. And they are they're buying it online and then they're injecting their faces themselves. And there's two reasons why they're doing this. Firstly, to save some money, and secondly, because they want to be in control of their faces. And being a dentist and knowing the risks that surround the aesthetic industry and the aesthetic procedures, they need to be injected by someone who is able to manage any complications which arise. It needs to be injected by someone who knows the facial anatomy, who knows the muscles, who knows the blood vessels. Because if you don't know any of this and you're just injecting blindly by looking at a YouTube video that you've seen online, jeez, man, like, I'd feel scared about, fixing my toilet by doing some video online, let alone injecting my face from videos that I've seen online. It's like, it's bizarre. It's completely, and patients come to me as well and they say, oh yeah, one of my friends or someone I know has been to some sort of, someone's house and they've had dermal fillers injected or they've had the Botox treatment, and oh my God, you should look at their face. It looks really bad. I was like, but what do they expect? You're going to someone's house and getting treatments done. It's just go to a professional, go to your aesthetics treatment. When you're looking for a practitioner, it should be the same scrutiny, the same care that you take when you're planning a surgical procedure, because that practitioner needs to be aware of your facial anatomy. They need to have knowledge of everything going on underneath the skin and on the skin. They have to have an artistic flair, because I'm sure you've seen on Instagram and on social media that isolated features are being enhanced. So you've got these huge lips or big cheeks, jawlines which are so angular. It's like this, we used to get those triangles, when you were a kid and you'd get like a little tin and there'd be all these protractors and the triangle thing, and it's literally it's like a jaw like this, and it just doesn't harmonize with their face. It just looks it doesn't look right. And you want someone who's going to be able to tell you that and tell you what is going to be appropriate for your face, your skin, for your age as well. Because having a super angular jaw, when you're there's girls younger than 20 that are getting this done, and it's like they haven't even grown to their features and they're getting these proper angular jaws, defined chins, these huge lips, and it's like, I'm just at a loss. I'm at a loss because, and I hear it all the time, you see patients and, thankfully the patients that I see, they have done their due diligence. They have either been referred to me or they've seen us online, they've seen our videos, they've seen the before and after, so they know what to expect. Or they've had their consultation and they understand what the risks are. But there's so many people out there that just don't understand this, and I guess it's the aesthetics industry, it's the aesthetics practitioners who need to inform people out there about the risks and the dangers of getting this done. But it's also down to the consumer, it's down to you getting these procedures done, and not just going to anyone, because your face is going to pay the price, and it's paying the price constantly. You see people all the time, that work in the NHS that are forever fixing botched Botox, botched filler treatments, and this is coming out of the taxpayers' money. It's like, this is being handled by the by the NHS.